So I'll start with the first unit, chromatography. General principles of chromatography. So in the previous slides, already explained the meaning of chromatography. Chroma means color, graphy means separation or to write or to separate. So the chromatography is a technique of separation of mixture of compounds into individual compounds. So as per the definition, the term chromatography, chroma means color, graphene means to write or to separate, is the collective term for a set of laboratory techniques. So you know the different techniques of separation. So the mixture of different compounds are separated into individual compounds, just like a fraction distillation. So it is one type of separation method, and along with the separation you can identify the compounds present in the mixture qualitatively as well as quantitatively. So chromatography involves the sample being dissolved in the mobile phase. The component to be separated is dissolved in a mobile phase. So the phase may be gas, liquid or supercritical fluid. Then the mobile phase is allowed to run through a stationary phase or the immobile phase, and the mobile phase and the stationary phase are immiscible, they are insoluble. So because of this reason they are separated from one another. The phases are chosen such that the compounds of a sample have a differing solubility in each phase. So the compounds to be separated are loaded on the column or the medium. So the compounds are separated in the medium. The medium may be gas or liquid or supercritical fluid. So in the gas chromatography, usually the medium is gas, inert gas. And in case of liquid chromatography, liquid is the mobile phase. And in case of supercritical fluid chromatography, the mobile phase is supercritical fluid. And the corresponding the solvents of the mobile phase are chosen and they are loaded on the column, and they are separated from one another on the basis of their solubility or partition coefficient or their speed of momentum. The compound which is quite soluble in the stationary phase will take a longer travel through, and the which is not very soluble in the stationary phase but very soluble in the mobile phase. So on the basis of solubility we can separate the compounds from one another. So due to the difference in the speed, due to the difference in the mobility, the compounds are separated. The sample compounds will become separated from each other as they travel through the stationary phase. So the separation is mainly on the basis of their solubility or on the basis of their speed. The compound which is having higher speed move faster and is adsorbed at the end of the column, and the component which has a low solubility or the low mobility is adsorbed immediately in the first phase of the column or medium. So in this way the compounds are separated on the basis of their differences in solubility or on the basis of their mobilities. So in case of HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography, and in the gas chromatography, the column, the narrow tube packed with a stationary phase through which the mobile phase is forced, or it is allowed to move into the stationary phase. So in the stationary phase, the components of a mixture are separated from one another, and they are eluted one by one by using the different eluents. So the sample is transported through the column by continuous addition of the mobile phase, and this process is called as a elution. So elution is nothing but it is a removal of the compounds, individual compounds, one by one, just like a fractional distillation. The compounds are separated, or they are eluted from the stationary phase by using the different eluents, or by varying the pH, etc. So chromatography is a method of separation in which the compounds to be separated are distributed between the two phases. So in the first phase, we have seen the separation on the basis of mobility or on the basis of solubility. So here the other method is separation on the basis of their distribution coefficient. So the compounds are distributed into the stationary phase and the mobile phase, and they are separated. So different compounds have a different distribution coefficient or partition coefficient. So one of these is called as a stationary phase, and the other is called as a mobile phase. So in any chromatographic system, there are two phases. One is a stationary phase and the mobile phase. So depending upon the nature of the compounds to be separated from one another, we can choose the different types of stationary phases, different types of mobile phases, and they are separated on the basis of different properties. The component of a mixture distribute themselves between the two phases. So when the mixture of component is loaded on the column, they are separated, or they are distributed themselves between the two phases, stationary phase and the mobile phase, which may be on the basis of their adsorption capacity. So different compounds have a different adsorption capacity, or those have a different partition coefficient, and some compounds have a different ions. So they undergo ion exchange, and they are separated, or on the basis of size exclusion. Sometimes even we can use the size exclusion, size of the compounds, and they are separated on the basis of size or mass of the compounds, or charge by mass ratio. The stationary phase may be solid or liquid. So only the two possibilities in case of stationary phase. The stationary phase may be solid or liquid, depending upon the nature of the components to be separated. And the mobile phase can be different. It may be liquid, gas, or supercritical fluid, not the solid. So only the choice in case of stationary phase are three. It may be liquid phase, or gas phase, or supercritical fluid. So by changing the media, by changing the mobile phase, we can separate the mixture of compounds into individual compounds, and you can study the qualitative as well as quantitative analysis. So suppose a mixture of compounds containing three components, the mixture containing.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Sir, sound ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಲೋ ಕೇಳಕತ್ತೈತಿ.
Sound slow ಕೇಳಿಸಿದೆ.
Yes, sir.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿನ್ರಿ ನಾನು. So suppose there are three compounds in a mixture. So one is yellow, another one is red and blue. So when these compounds or mixture containing three compounds is loaded or over the column, So column will be gas, liquid or solid. So these are separated on the basis of their different properties like speed, mobility, partition coefficient, adsorption and solubility, etc. So the compound which is having a smaller size is adsorbed immediately in the immediate column of the chromatogram, and the compound, as the size increases, the adsorption decreases, so it is adsorbed in the later part of the column. In this way, the blue component, then black, then red, yellow compounds are separated from one another, and these are separated from one another, and the separation is in the reverse order of their adsorption. The compound which is adsorbed first is removed or eluted last, and the component which is adsorbed at the last is eluted or washed out first. So in this way, the elution is in the reverse order of their adsorption. So by changing the solvent or by choosing the eluting mixtures, different eluting mixtures, or by changing the pH, you can separate the different compounds one by one. So examples of chromatography. So one is a thin layer chromatography. So the thin layer is applied on the glass plate or metal plate or any polymer material, and they are loaded at the bottom, and this slide is dipped into the eluent or in the solvent. So the solvent carries the different compounds. So depending upon their speed or mobility or partition coefficient, they are separated from one another. So in case of thin layer chromatography, so it is a chromatography technique which is used to separate the non-volatile mixtures. So in case of TLC, the non-volatile mixtures are not separated. The thin layer chromatography is performed on the sheet of a glass or plastic or aluminum foil. So the medium or the thin layer may be glass, plastic or aluminum foil, and is coated with the layer of adsorption material. So it is a thin layer is applied, thin layer with the calcium carbonate or alumina or silica gel is applied. Then the sample to be separated is loaded at the bottom, and then it is dipped into a solvent. So due to the difference in their mobility or speed or adsorption or partition coefficient, they are separated from one another, and then they are removed. So here in case of thin layer, a thin layer is applied on the glass plate or the metal plate. In case of paper chromatography, the stationary phase is a paper. So because of their capillary action, the compounds move onto the paper, and they are separated from one another due to their difference in their adsorption capacity or partition capacity. So most probably this paper chromatography is used for the separation of dyes or pigments or for the ink. So this is called the paper chromatography, and here the medium is paper, here the medium is thin layer. And in the case of column chromatography, so this column chromatography is used only for the separation of the charged ions. It may be positively charged or negatively charged. So this column chromatography, so it is also called as a ion exchange chromatography. So there is a proton transfer exchange between the resin free end and the ions of the mixture. So due to the exchange capacity, the ions are adsorbed on the column, and they are separated from another. For example, here we have a mixture of one red component, green component, and a blue component. when the mixture of compounds are loaded on the column, they are separated from one another, and by using the different pH buffer mixtures, you can separate the blue component, green component, and red component. So in this way, you can separate the components of a mixture by column chromatography. So column chromatography is used only for separation of charged ions or charged particles. It may be negatively charged or positively charged. So different types of chromatography: thin layer chromatography, paper chromatography, column chromatography. So classification of chromatography. So separation on the basis of interaction of solute to the stationary phase. Here the components to be separated, they interact with the stationary phase and they are separated, and this separation is on the basis of adsorption. So if the separation is on the basis of adsorption, it is called as a adsorption chromatography. If the separation is on the basis of ion exchange, that is called as a ion exchange chromatography. If the separation is on the basis of partition coefficient, that is called as a partition chromatography. If the separation is on the basis of size or on the basis of mass, called as a size exclusion chromatography. If the separation is on the basis of the adsorption on the thin layer, called as thin layer chromatography. If the separation is on the basis of the capillary action, so that is called as paper chromatography. And another on the basis of chromatic bed shape, whether the bed shape is 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. So in case of 3-dimensional, it is called as a column chromatography. So on the basis of physical state of the mobile phase, if there is a difference in the physical properties of the compounds of mixture, so that is called as a physical state of the mobile phase. So once again, these are liquid chromatography or gas chromatography or supercritical fluid chromatography. So on the basis of physical state, you can separate the compounds by liquid chromatography, that's called a GLC, or supercritical fluid SFC, or gas chromatography GC or GCMS. So due to the difference in their physical and chemical properties, we can separate the mixture of compounds into individual compounds by different chromatographic method: column chromatography, gas chromatography, paper chromatography, or thin layer chromatography, etc. So one example for the separation of mixture of compounds. So it is a plant extract, green plant extract. When it is poured over the top of the column, so the different compounds are adsorbed throughout the length of the column in the form of beds. The compound which is having high adsorption capacity is adsorbed at the top. You can see here the green compound is adsorbed at the top, and light green compound in the next medium, then the yellowish brown, then yellow compound. In this way, the mixture of compounds or the compounds which are present in the plant are adsorbed throughout the length of column in the form of bands. So earlier this method was used for the separation of colored compounds, so it is named as a chromatography. So actually it is wrong to call the chromatography, because nowadays even you can separate the colorless compounds by using the different chromatographic methods. So chrom means separation of colored compounds, or to study the colored compounds. So it is called a chromatography. So in the chromatography, there are different terms. You will come across the different terms. So the chromatograph means the equipment that enables a sophisticated separation. So in the thin layer, the system is different. Paper chromatography or supercritical chromatography. That's called as a chromatograph. That is the sophisticated instrument which is used for the separation is called as a chromatograph. So gas chromatography or liquid chromatography. And the another word is eluent, fluid entering into the column or solvent that carries the analyte or solvent that separates the analyte called as a eluent. And eluate, that is the mobile phase leaving the column, that is called as a eluate. And stationary phase, it is a static phase. It is also called a static phase or immobilized phase. So immobilized on the support particles or on the inner wall of the column tubing. So mobile phase moves in a definite direction. So in case of liquid chromatography, gas chromatography, the mobile phase moves through the chromatographic column where the sample interacts with the stationary phase and is separated. And the retention time, so it is the time taken for the component from detector to injector or inlet column, or the sample is called as analyte, the substance analyzed in the chromatography, that is called as analyte or the sample. Solvent means the compound which plays very important role in the separation of the compounds. There is a mobile phase. So the solvent, any substance capable of solubilizing another compound. So that's called as a solvent. So these are the different terms used in the chromatography. ಉಳಿದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದರಾಗಿ ಇರ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಇರ್ಲಿದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನದೆ ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಹಲೋ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.